Okay. I need to figure out how to see the chat at the same time when I'm watching the OBS, or controlling the OBS rather. So let me figure that one out and we are ready to go, I think. Let me stop this music, sorry. And I'll explain the music in a second as well. Just let it play in the background, I guess. In Serbia, it's actually sun setting right now. Yeah. It's 7:20 p.m. The tooth inspection. Oh my god. So today was insane. The whole day was absolutely ridiculous. So my wisdom tooth is acting up for the past few days. Right now, this whole side of my face, I don't feel it whatsoever. Don't feel it. So if I bite myself and you see blood, let me know. Because yeah, it's that bad. So I literally went to dentist about an hour ago, and she put a medicine and like a temporary filling on my wisdom tooth because it's done. It's like ciao, it's bye bye. So yeah, today was a freaking agony for me. And it's Sunday, and my dentist doesn't work on Sunday, but I called her once, I called her twice, and then Jelka called her because I couldn't speak. So I went there and she did her thing in like 10 minutes. It wasn't more than that. And she's like, just take some pain medication tonight before sleep. It's probably gonna hurt a bit more. And tomorrow I have this open recording session slash masterclass slash I don't know what you want to call it, at the University of Arts in Belgrade, the Music University to be exact. So that's, you know, that's been that's an emergency, you know. So yeah, sorry if I laugh and I keep covering my face, it's because I don't know if I got any drooling going on or whatever the hell. It sucks. Today's been insane. But yeah, and just like 5 minutes before I wanted to start the stream, Jelka called me and she's like, Arsen doesn't want to come home. He's like in the park and he's waiting for his friends and he's like determined to see them, although they're not coming out to play. But yeah, she was like, can you help me get him up? So that's why I moved the live stream for like 15 minutes or whatever. But yeah, we're here. It's good. I need to figure out that chat. Because in the OBS I can control, I set this up on my own. I can do this. It's pretty cool. And then obviously you can see me and then like be right back. That's it. That's all I have. But the chat. Anyone knows how to integrate the chat into OBS? That would be sick. Go to video and press the 3 dots in chat window. That's it. Good. Okay, all set. I can see you guys now. You can see me. You can hear me. We're okay. New collection, empty, rename. Like, Okay, so I have to create folders. Can I have them automatically being sorted by type or by the company, even though it's a custom plugin list? Because default is this, and I know I can change default by category and by vendor, which is not helpful because like, okay, interesting. Restoration, la la la. Distortion. I mean, you can tell that I'm into distortion. That's a bit too much. Okay. Is this anyone just dropping a 2003 S sheet interface on them? Yeah. It used to, but not anymore. So that used to be an option in Cubase. Or you used to use Cubase, not anymore. Anyway. Okay, we've created the custom list. Let's just start with that. We just drop everything in and then I'll sort them out in my own time. Yeah, I didn't explain the song. Sorry. So tomorrow, I told you that. Tomorrow I'm going to the University of Arts in Belgrade. For those who don't know, we are going through some major protests and whatnot, and students who are blockading their faculty have called me to do an open recording session at their university, and I'll have Milan Jejna with me. We'll record some live drums for this track, and I'll record new guitars for the track as well with them there. So I made this last night, just like a short song thingy, whatever it is. So we have something to work on. Tomorrow there's gonna be a lot of obviously amazing musicians there. There's gonna be people who can sing, so maybe we'll record some vocal tracks on top of this. I'll have them vote on the like a middle section. Do we want to make it like smaller and more intimate? Do we want to make it bigger? It's gonna be that kind of workshop. It's gonna be like 4 hours long, and yeah, the idea is for us to record like an ambient intro with them, and then the song starts, and then I'll record guitars in front of them. I'll record the bass in front of them so they can see the whole process. We'll record live drums. We'll come up with like a middle section and the ending of the song and all that kind of stuff. And we'll do a little bit of mixing and mastering, and it should be a fun few hours for them and for me. And luckily I had my wisdom tooth fixed today, so that's good, because tomorrow would have been a disaster. Absolutely. So yeah, that's the project that's open right now. Made this last night. These are not some well programmed drums. I pretty much just copy paste whatever I had. Yeah, anyway, drums, and we're trying the plugins. That's it. Let me know if we need to turn music up or anything. For you to be able to hear me better, me less. Let me know. yeah, so the thing that's happening tomorrow is very, so the students who are blockading the faculties are very strict. Who goes inside, who leaves, all that kind of stuff. So it's not open for the public, but mostly for okay, I'll turn up the music. It's not open for the public, but it's open for the students. But because they put up a poster today, and I received a bunch of messages from a bunch of friends, from some people who live in my hometown, I'm thinking about maybe doing a similar open recording session somewhere in Belgrade with Yeki again, and maybe we can do a live stream, you know, again, if I figure this out, if this works out, you know. Hopefully the next one will be easy and we'll get the, you know, but yeah, it could be a thing. We could definitely do like a live open recording session somewhere in some studio. It could be fun. But yeah, let's focus on this. Okay, I might actually keep that, because every time I look for a flanger, I just give up and I go for the stock one, the Cubase one. And yeah, so this stereo tape delay, let's sort them out by vendor. That's gonna be easier. Bass Force, used it once and it's cool. I might give it another go. Let's put it here for now. Chorus dimension D, definitely. All of the Arturia stuff pretty much I'm absolutely fine with. Haven't used their pre's that much. Used them on some stuff in the past, but I'm okay with that being in my folder. Absolutely, all the Arturia stuff, very cool. And let's create a folder then. Arturia. Although the first one is not Arturia, that's a plugin alliance. Just call it PA. Good. Okay. Silencer. Very cool gate, drum gate. Saved me in 1 or 2 projects in the past. It's pretty cool. If you don't know what it is, I mean, this is programmed draw, so there's really not much to gate out, but it has like different. Let me show you real quick. It has different options, so you can choose a kick, a snare, a bottom snare, or a tom, and this is probably the way it detects things. It's easier for it to detect kick if you're on this, and then you have deep lead, which kinda works like that trick where you like copy 2 snare tracks and then put like compression on one of them and filter out the cymbals. Kind of does that in the background, I would say. I don't think it's something a lot more different than that. It has reduction, but it works nice. It works really good. It saved me on 2 different occasions, I think, and it was useful. Yeah, like it. Gonna keep it, definitely. Up until then I was using the Dramagogue, I think it's called, or Dramatom, which is like a third-party thing where you just like have to import all the tracks and it will do its magic. It's amazing at what it does, but it's been discontinued and I just can't use it anymore. But that thing was useful. That thing was really useful. Repeater, using it all the time. It's really cool. It's a delay, and it comes with the Slate subscription. I've managed to do, like, I have one subscription, and that's Slate/SSL. And I'm using the hell out of it. I love the Slate stuff. It's really cool. It's also super convenient. If you guys don't know, not a sponsor, but if you don't know the mixer, what was it? Rack? The mix rack? Yeah. Oh, I love this interface. So you have all your dynamics here. This gate is also pretty awesome. This gate works really good. Obviously the red compressor, I don't know which one this one is based on, but I don't know, I love it. On overheads, on room mics, really cool stuff. All the LA, the 1176s, the optical compressor, I use this on vocals all the time. All of these are really cool. The API EQ, really cool stuff. Neve stuff also, especially if you drive it a little bit, it'll give you something. I still haven't had a chance to use their Pultec, but I'll find a way to use it. The preamp stuff, really cool. All of it, love it. Revival, really cool. Microphones, I have two Slates, what's it called? ML ones, the big ones. I don't know, I love the emulations. They're so much fun. You can say they're not perfect, you can say they're, whatever, but they're fun. They're super fun. Like, I would sometimes put this on a pre-recorded, not Slate microphone, and it would give me something interesting. And I'm like, yeah, sure. If it works, it works. Who gives a shit? It's cool. Especially, tomorrow, I'm gonna bring my Slate microphones and I wanna try this on rooms. I need to try it just to see, because I worked with this microphone a few times, recording drums, room mics for drums. I have my Bayer Dynamics ribbon mics 2.0. What are they called? I'll never memorize all that stuff. What was it? Bayer Dynamic ribbon mic M130. Was it M130? Ribbon. No, it's M160. M160. Yes, M160. That's the one. That's the one. And it's awesome. It's awesome. But I want to try this. I love this. This is so much fun. And this is just like mic pre's. So what you would do, you would record your signal with that microphone, the Slate microphone, choose the emulation, and then choose one of the pre's. I don't know. So much fun. I love this. But yeah, back to the topic. Where were we? Repeater. Okay, repeater. Where are you? Here. Plugin Doctor. I don't need it in my W. Dodo MIDI. Dodo MIDI is... I tried to install this. I was planning on using my microphone as a like a wind controller to play, to use. So in theory, it should work. So you would sing or blow into your microphone, and it would pick up the noise, and it will drive a certain MIDI information. I wanted to use it to control dynamics for, like, for example, saxophone or strings or synths in general, like maybe changing the cutoff on a synth or something like that. I do have like a wind controller, but since I have my microphone here and I'm just like recording stuff all the time for video game stuff and just anything in general, sometimes my vocals, just this is super useful. It's not just for like live streaming and chatting while you're playing video games. It's there and I use it all the time. It's super convenient. So I thought maybe I could use it as my wind controller, but I gave it like 1 hour of tweaking and I didn't manage to set it up. I don't know why. I didn't figure it out. I wasn't maybe too patient with it. I'll try it again, so I'll put it here just in case I managed to figure out. EA Reverb, really cool. Very unknown, but you can okay, EA Reverb. It's very interesting. It's a logarithmic reverb, I believe. But it works in a way so you have your listening spot and then you can move it around. So say for example you record strings only with the close mics. You can use this to put, and you can like group things together so you can see all your individual instruments in every instance of the plugin you open up. And that's what I did on Below 4. I recorded close mics for the strings, and people who were sending me stuff in were recording only close mics, so I would get like a close mic'd violins and I would just put them in space everywhere they belong. I like the traditional way of setting up the orchestral stuff and space, so I would do like all the violins on the side, on the left sides, the violas, cellos, and then the basses on the right. I just want to let you know. Hey, thank you for listening to Below 3. That album definitely touched many people without it being, weird, but it's like in a good way. Which drum library do you use? Superior on this one. Yeah. Superior. But it's a very lazy setup. Very lazy mix. Because tomorrow we're recording live drums for this, so I was just like, yeah, whatever. Cool library though. I kind of like this one. Use the snare from a different library though. This is Progressive Foundry. Yeah, this one is really nice. Yeah, it's cool. Someone's asking in Serbian, are you using any stock plugins from Cubase right now? Very often I would use a delay stock plugin. It's just clean and it's clean and easy. When was the last time you used Scarby? Oh, Nathan, you're here. Scarby, the last time I used it was on, I want to say Ego and Eco 2015, 10 years ago. Who Beat the Moon was like a hybrid of Hoobidon was actually a hybrid of Scarby and some live bass. In some instances where I was like just like lazy to play over and it just sounded good enough, I would just use the Scarby that I already programmed in. So yeah, I guess 2017. But ever since I was just like, I have a bass, I might as well just record it. The drums I used for Below 4 was a stock Superior Drummer 3 library with some like a layer. You can do like a stack. So I sampled one of my snares and used that as like a little bit of a thing. And I believe, yeah, just the snare was my own kind of thing. It was like a 50-50 blend between their snare and my snare. And mainly because Superior 3, when it came out, or at least at the time I was working with it, when you compress the daylight out of it, it produced some high-pitched noise in the decay, and it was driving me insane. Both on some toms as well, especially toms 1 and 2, there was like a high-pitched noise that was coming out, and I could hear it even in the full mix, and it absolutely distracted me. But I liked the characteristics of that snare, and I bought the same snare. It was the Gretsch aluminium, solid aluminium Gretsch. So I bought the same snare, I sampled it myself, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just use it for like the hardest hits because those are the ones that were producing the most high-pitched noise. And it's literally like a digital or some weird like broken cable kind of noise, which sucked. And I wrote to them and they were like, oh, we're gonna sort it out. They never sorted it out. I don't think so. I haven't tested it in a while. I don't think they sorted out the issue. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I don't think they actually did anything about it. But yeah, let me just check one more thing. La 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 la. Where's my OBS? There it is. And I need this. Okay, we good. Let's continue with plugins. Favorite choir strings bass libraries. Choirs, I like I mean, it's very hard to... It's choir libraries, unless AI does something about it, I don't think we're ever gonna get like a mind-blowingly realistic, mind-blowing in every aspect choir library. It's always, for me, it's always just like for an effect, and then I would like rather record a group of 4, 5, 6, 10 people if I can get them in the studio and duplicate them across. But there are some creative ones that are really cool from Spitfire Audio. The one I really like is the Eric Whittaker, but it has such a distinct sound to it. I managed to recognize it in other people's projects, so it's not really something to rely on too much. You have to try and modify the sounds as much as you can because it's very, very unique and recognizable. I also have the East-West Opus. Oh, that's their player, but I think it's Hollywood Choirs or something like that, where you can like type in the text and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes it works amazing, it's like surprisingly good, but you really have to tweak it. You really have to spend time with it in order to make it to work. And I don't know, at this point I'm probably just gonna call up a couple of friends and we're gonna try and do the choir thing. But yeah, as for the strings, I'm currently mostly using BBC strings, Spitfire Audio, yeah, BBC Symphonic Orchestra. Does pretty much everything I need. And I recently started messing around with, so since one of our guys who's working on the music for the video game with us, he's using the, I think it's called Audio Oli or Oli Audio, the company. Let me check. Audio Oli, yes. They have some amazing percussion libraries, and we obviously needed some amazing percussion libraries for the video game. They have LA Modern Percussion, and he was using that, and he made a template with those percussions for us composers to use, so we can have some coherent sound with the whole project, and it works beautifully. So we got in touch with them, and they sent us their string libraries and a bunch of other stuff to use on the project, and it's been just yeah, it's good. I love it. Really cool stuff. And I'm struggling to find the chat again, the pop-up chat. Here it is. Okay. And the bass, I just record my bass. I have my Kiesel bass, and it has like a, I don't know what this is called in bass language. It's probably a humbucker or whatever. And then I have like a P style because I used to use a Scarby Precision bass all the time, and I love the way it works with distortion. Like, I use it from my first record, and it will always be my distorted tone, the P setup. This one just gives you that straight up like modern bass tone that everyone's doing, but I don't know, I just prefer the way the distortion sometimes struggles with the low end of a P bass. It's, I don't know, I like that. But for programming stuff, for like quick and dirty, just like put the idea in there. For this one, for example, I used, what is this? Easy Bass. Yeah. Easy Bass, and then use the Mixwave 1981 for my distortion, and that sounds like this. Yeah, that's the tone. But again, super quick project, very lazy. It's not the most representative work, but it works, you know. It does the job. It's like cool. That sounds like a song. And the bass is obviously just like yelling at you. The headphones I'm using are the LCD-X from Audis, and I'm waiting for Louis to write nuts in the comments any second. Oh no, he's actually not doing it. Okay, cool. But yeah, this goes off, I guess. Loud MIDI, ear reverb. Used this on a master, I remember. One of these. I think it was this one. Ilios's Air EQ. It's just like some clean EQ. I don't know. It's probably nothing spectacular, but it's clean. And where are we doing stuff? Okay, let's do it. Okay, drums. Yeah. It looks fancy as hell, but I never got interested to run it through like a plugin doctor or anything like that. But I think it's just like a super clean EQ. Nothing really special or crazy about it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Okay. I know I used that in the past. I'm just gonna keep it there just in case. Okay, pop filter stuff, all of it. All good. All of that is fine. Fab filter. Okay. That all works. I use it all the time. Probably not all of that. I could take out the Fab Filter Pro Q2. And the rest is also fine. I'll remove the old version of the reverb. Okay. Saturn. Do I need the old Saturn? I don't need the old Saturn. I have it in all. Again, I'm not gonna delete any of this from my system just in case I need to open up like an old project or something, but like for my own sanity's sake, just gonna keep things organized. And we're still on like a first page of the plugins. God damn it. IK Multimedia, I'm using very little of their stuff. I'm using the Amplitude. I've been using it for the past 2 years a bunch because it has integration with Tonics, and I've captured all of my amps with Tonics in the settings I love, and the Amplitude just gives you that like multi effects with the capture stuff inside of the DAW, and I love it. It has the IR loader, all the good stuff, like Amplitude, really good. I never thought I would use Amplitude in my life ever again. I used like the first version and the second version a little bit when I was younger, but the Amplitude 5 with Tonics, good stuff. I'm probably gonna skip through all of these. I'm using their clipper sometimes. Am I using anything else from IK Multimedia? I don't think so. Let's see. Okay, Saturator X. I kind of want to check out. I want to see what it does. I'm a sucker for saturation plugins, obviously. Oh, tape stuff. I love their tapes. Their tapes are criminally underrated. Absolutely. Everyone should use the Tape Machine 80, which is their stutter. You just put it on the master and you forget it, and it's all good. I'm gonna put that on every master for the rest of my life if I keep doing the music thing, because let me show you this. So if I play this, And then back one. Unmixed song. Mixed song. It's that good. And I just put it on. That's it. Didn't touch anything. And you can actually do it. Has a really nice character when you put up the high end or the low end. Low end is a bit overbearing when you put it on. So you can maybe just like dial it down if you feel like it's doing a bit too much, but just like put it on the master as your first thing, and that, and like any type of bus compressor. This one is like just a clean compressor. I think there's not much, like there's no character to it, but default settings, and then just like drive the threshold and you're done. No need to think about anything. So yeah, that's like a must do for me on every master. Or not on every project, because like if you're doing the top-down mastering or mixing, it's just like just put it there, forget about it. You don't use Magneto. I used Magneto. I kind of want to say I used Magneto on, I think on the first Solid Pink. I think I did, but I may be lying. I'm not sure. I think I did. I did use it on some project of mine. I'm not sure which one. But yeah, Magneto is fine. Magneto is cool. I'm not sure if they're doing any like anti-aliasing or anything like that. I don't know. I never tested it, but it does the job. It works well. Magneto is absolutely fine with me. But all of the brain farts. All of the IK Multimedia tape stuff, good. IK good. Okay. And that's it when it comes to IK Multimedia. Neutron. What is Neutron? I wanna see. I keep forgetting. Neutron. Don't share. What is this? Listening to begin mix assistant. I have no idea. I'm gonna try it because I don't know, maybe it's useful. Any of you guys use Neutron for anything? I don't know. Will you leave this live available to watch later? Sure, I'm gonna try and not keep this for too long, maybe for another 40 minutes. And then it's gonna be sleep time for Arsen, and I kinda don't wanna miss that, you know? So yeah, for another maybe 40 minutes and I'll be done. I'll keep it up, unless I say something really stupid and just have to delete the whole stream. Also, the stream to begin with, it took like 20 minutes to ramp up because I was trying to figure out the chat thing, and I was describing my whole day, which was complete chaos. But yeah, if you skip like the first 15-20 minutes of me being an idiot, you'll maybe run into some content. I don't know. But yeah, Isotope. No idea what Neutron does, but I'll keep it. Ozone is fine. Ozone is really cool. It has a nice limiter / clipper to it, and it's a really good sanity check. Like if you do that little trick where you like click on the button and it measures your stuff, and it just gives you like, oh, you need to turn up the low end, and you're like, obviously you're not gonna leave it up to the plugin to do it for you, but you're gonna go in and maybe turn up the kick or your low end on the bass guitar, it's a really, really useful tool. Don't hesitate to use it, just because it like gives you the information doesn't mean the information is useless. But yeah, be mindful about it when you use it. All the restoration stuff, absolutely fine with me. Relay, I have no idea what it is. Let's check it out. Relay. I lost it. There it is. Relay. Oh, it's just like a fader, pan, and the stereo thing. Stereo enhancer. I don't think I'll ever remember to use that because I have other things. So, bye. Oops. Okay, so let's put that in the folder. What was that? What was the company called? Isotope? Isotope, yes. Isotope. Cool. And then we have Kilohertz. I'll just drag everything in. They just released the clipper last week or the week before, and I need to try it out because ever since I discovered using clipper on individual buses and tracks, cool, really cool way to keep things clean and not to worry too much about the loud peaks. Like you can just give them a little bit of control with the clipper, and I kind of want to test it out. We can actually test it out together, see how it works, but let's put this in the folder Kilohertz. And sometimes, because like their stuff is so obviously named, like I would sometimes reach for like a pitch shifter. Like I would go in here and I would type in pitch, and it would just like pop up because it's like called pitch shifter. It's not called some weird thing, you know. Very smart on their behalf to do that. So, you know, Beat Crusher, you type in Beat CRU and you immediately see like the stock one, you see the Kilohertz and maybe some other plugin if you have a bunch of them. But yeah, their stuff, good stuff. Kilohertz, keeping it. Let's see that clipper. Say if I didn't want my picks to pass -8, and then let's keep pushing this. Okay. It does the clipping. That's cool. Oh my god, plugin alliance. Okay, let's not do that yet. So Kilohertz sorted. Krotos, very interesting. I got it recently. It was a recommendation for like some crazy creative pitch shift stuff. ended up using something else, but it's interesting. Maybe I'll use it in the future. I'll have to reevaluate that. Helix native, absolutely. It's going there. Let me put it into the folder, line 6. Okay, Helix native. Plates. This one comes with the Slate subscription as well. Amp box is amazing for people who like guitar simulation stuff, guitar amp simulation stuff. It's really good. They have some really good sounding amplifiers. Mixwave, I'm gonna keep everything from them because, full transparency, I received a bunch of their stuff from them to check out and to review in the future. So I'm keeping them because obviously we don't have like any type of deal going on, not yet, but their stuff is really cool, and I know some of the guys, and I've heard some really nice things about the company, so I was like, okay, might as well check it out. So yeah, I'm keeping those. Mixwave. Cool. Moving on. Native instruments. Oh my god. So driver I use all the time. Amazing tool. Beautiful. Put like a long ass reverb on something and then put the driver after it, and it's just like vibes for days. Actually, I think I did it here. Yeah, so there's like a Valhalla Shimmer here. But like Valhalla Shimmer by itself sounds fun, but like, again, you can recognize it in someone else's stuff. So I stopped using it like stock as it is, because it has a character that you can kind of, recognize in music. But then you put the driver after it and you get a whole new thing. So without the driver, sounds like Valhalla. Sounds like a shimmer, like a really nice shimmer reverb. But then you put this on, it just gets a little dirty, and then you can go nuts. And if I open up the color and put some distortion in, we get some overtones. And like, you can get super musical with that. Find the octave. It's just like that, it's just screaming in the background. Maybe you can like do another reverb to like just soften that thing out. Let's try that right away. Just let it scream somewhere over there. You're just screaming in the background the whole time, but it's nice. It's beautiful. And then get rid of it. So yeah, stuff like that. You can get super creative with it. It's really nice. You can like put automation on it and just like drive it around. It's beautiful. I love this. Such a simple plugin. You can do this kind of thing with the Saturn if you have it. With their like let's try it out. Saturn. I've been doing this lately where I would add a modulator, like a slider, and I would connect it to a mix knob. I connect it to a input knob and to a driver knob, and then with that one knob you have the control of all three of these, you know. And what you can do is, okay, let's do some broken tube, for example. And then we have our feedback. So in the Saturn it's kind of different. You have your feedback, but then you can choose the frequency you want to feedback. Oh, I have to split it now. Yeah, okay. Never mind. It's a little different. Like find the root note. And then give that a treatment with this. So it's a different kind of noise that we get. But it gives you texture, you know? It gives you a really nice texture. To tune it a little bit. You can pretty much use your saturation like an instrument in a way, like a synth in a way, whatever. But yeah, a lot of fun. Driver, it's called. Yeah, I saw someone ask. It's called Driver, and it's from IK Multimedia. Might even be a free plugin at this point. I don't know, but it's probably not something expensive, or at least it's always on the. It's always on the, or often on some kind of a discount, because it's not even that new, but it's nice, super simple, and that's why I saved the saturator from, what was it called? Saturator X from IK Multimedia, because I kind of wanna see what the hell that thing can give me. Like if it can give me some crazy stuff, hell yeah. Saturators are beautiful. Where were we? Native instruments, Neural DSP. I'll just keep everything from Neural DSP because you never know. You receive a project, someone prefers some of their stuff, and you obviously use it. That's Neural DSP. Is it all together? No. Okay. Neural DSP. My most used Neural DSP stuff is, I used Nolly a bunch at one point. I never released anything with the Nolly plugin, but it obviously has like a very beautiful cabinet section, and it's really cool. Kali Suit is amazing. Nameless is my all-time favorite. It's insane. It's beautiful. And their bass stuff, Darkglass, really cool. Especially the vintage Darkglass. It's absolutely my kind of vibe. Suit, Spiff, obviously, keeping that. That's called Oic Sound. Okay. I don't know how that's read. oak. Portal, amazing tool, love it. It's the only thing I have from output, and it's this. Let's give it a go right away. This is actually a perfect track to try out Portal. It's like it's a granular synthesis, and you can do a bunch. Like, let's just run through some presets, because granular, it takes time. Like, you can get super in depth with it, and you can get really creative, and you can just find the exact setting that works for you. So the way this works is just like you feed it with the audio, and it takes that audio and just like it works different from like synth type of granular, where this will take a certain section of audio you're feeding it and then manipulate that until it decides to receive another section. But what it does to that section is just like cuts that little piece of audio you fed into it into like 100 pieces. Like, it just cuts it in a bunch of samples and just starts messing around with them. Like, it can be super random, it can be super musical. It's a really cool tool for like I don't know, let's do stretch and smear. Let's see those presets. And I honestly have no idea what these do. I don't have a particular one in mind that will do something, but you hear, it's like, that's already an interesting texture. So yeah, that's trippy, and it's still going. Let's do sandbox. What's the sandbox? I mean, you can get lost in this so easily. It's beautiful. I love this. And I haven't used it lately that much because I've been feeding my audio into the microcosm and the Strymon Night Sky, which gives you also insane results, especially combined. So I love messing around with those, especially now for like soundtrack stuff and like some ambient stuff that I've been working on. But Portal, man, like every time I open it and I just like start messing around with it, I'm like, okay, I need to use this more. Definitely need to use this more. Portal stays absolutely. Okay, where are we? Let me just catch up. I never used THU from Slate. It's like a guitar amplifier plugin. I've heard nice things about it, but never used it. Never ran into a project that used it, so I'm not gonna delete it, but I'm not gonna put it in the pile. And then, oh my god, Plugin Alliance stuff. There's so much. Because I was subscribed to their I don't know if I'm still subscribed. I need to check. I don't think I am, because I think I bought like most of what I need from them through their like loyalty vouchers. At one point they had like a deal where you would subscribe to their stuff, but then you would get the money back from the subscription you paid, and then you can just like buy all their plugins for free. Obviously you paid for the subscription, but like, you know, like, so I pretty much got everything I needed from them. But I think a bunch of these won't work if I'm not subscribed anymore, because I don't think I bought like a tube screamer from them or anything like that. But like most of the stuff that I really need, like all the Lindell stuff, beautiful console emulations and some compressors and like channel strip type things. Love it. Got all of them, all of their channel strip stuff. I got no regrets. Really cool stuff, but it's gonna take a while to go through all these. I'm gonna do that in my own time. Plugin lines. I know I have to sort all this out. This is insane. That's way too much. But it's like it takes up at least like 30% of my plugin library, which is cool. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Not too many creative tools from them. Maybe they've been releasing some creative stuff lately because they've pretty much covered all the analog emulations in the past 6 or 7 years or whatever. But like, yeah, maybe they've released some cool creative stuff lately. I haven't checked, honestly. Let me run through some of your chats, and then I'll go through a couple of more plugins, and then let's wrap it up. Let me go back. Probably guys had some questions. I'm just really bad at reading chat and doing the streaming at the same time. For now, I'll get better, I promise. PC audio is still a bit quiet. Okay, good to know. I'll make sure that's fixed in the future. But for now, let's power through this. Get creative with it. The song is not out. It's just like a thing I did for the workshop I'm doing tomorrow at the University of Arts here in Serbia. I got some friends saying hi. Draško, hope the seas are calm. Have a friend who's working on a ship as a producer for a show, I think, or something like that. Sorry, I'm butchering your but he's an amazing producer as well. How's life treating you? Life is good. Life's been treating me with a toothache, but it's fine. Nolly pedals and caps got upgraded. Okay, in the X version. I'll have to check out the X version. That sounds exciting. Arclus vintage rules. I absolutely agree. I wouldn't say that the P7K sucks or anything like that, but the vintage, I don't know, I like the vintage so much. Portal is a nice entry plugin to the whole world, it seems. Have you ever used Xantic Morph? I haven't, no. Send it to me. Send me on Discord. I'm gonna check it out. Thank you for the compliments, guys. Output is the company. Yeah, Output is the company. Portal is the plugin. Sorry, I was probably mixing that up. Plugin wise, got some bangers. The Neve channel strip, the Upit 1.2. Yeah, amazing. Really cool. Might not be like the analog replica 1-to-1 or something. You know, they always promise that kind of stuff, but it works. It really works. It does the thing to the sound that we like to hear, and that's all that matters. I like the Brandvox SSL channel. Yeah, it's good. are you using real amps in your songs now? I'm using captures of my amplifiers because I've done a bunch of NAM captures. If you guys are not familiar with NAM, it's a neural amp modeling, not related to neural DSP. It's like a open source type thing. Not sure if I can find it here right now. Maybe I skipped it somehow. Let's find it. Neural amp modeler. Actually, I'm using I'm using plugin. I'm using the amplitude on this one. But let's give it a go real quick. Let's play this. So that's the amplitude. Neural amp modeling. Obviously, I didn't put it on my plugin list. That's why it's not showing up. Neural amp modeler. Sorry, I was saying modeling. Neural amp modeler. I think most of you are probably familiar with this, but yeah, I was using RAT on one of the previous projects, but let's see, Friedman. This is Friedman, my Friedman. I don't know if you can see it. It's up there. It's there. It's my Friedman Wildwood with a. Why can't I open it? What the hell? Okay. It's there. It's my Friedman Wildwood with a little bit of a tilt EQ before it, and a slight dip in like 4K region. A slight dip in the 4K region in the FX loop. So EQ in the FX loop and EQ before the input. Very subtle, but it does what I needed to do to the sound. And let's do, I don't know, little cubes. We can do owl. Let's do vintage 30. Vintage 30 and cream. Oh, this is a greenback. It's okay. This is a greenback. And this would be without the boost. It's just a little lazier type of thing, but it's nice. Yeah, this is a lot brighter. I probably used a different impulse response. I think in the, let me see, it was the winter tone. If it's brighter, it's a winter tone because I used 16 ohm speakers for that library, and they work beautifully. Oh, this is still amplitude. So this one. It's bright, it's cutting through. Let's see if the level is. The bass is a little overpowering now that I listen to it. But it's cool. The bass guitar itself. But this is a 16 ohm vintage 30 from 2000, from the year 2000, and I love it. It's like it's a really cool combination of like that darker old dark vintage 30 tone, and 16 ohm just gives it a little bit of a bite, so it's cool. and since we're on the topics of impulse responses, I'll stop in a minute, I promise. So all of the ones from 20 to 30 are a horrendous 2015, I think, vintage 30, but I removed the dust cap from it and it just got smoother. And Louis knows, I was sending him like clips of my like moment of madness. I was like, I hate this speaker, I can't stand it, probably never gonna use it. So I was like, I poked a bunch of holes into the dust cap and then it changed the tone. I was like, okay, it sounds better, let's just fucking remove the dust cap. So I just cut off the dust cap and it just sounded better. It's nice. Yeah, that's a nice sounding speaker, honestly. All of a sudden. So I don't know if I figured something out or if that's like a common thing that people do, just removing the dust cap. It's probably not safe to do for a number of reasons, but yeah, it worked. It sounds good. I don't know. Sounds nice. And there's a bunch of like different mixes of different microphone positions on that speaker. That's nice. But yeah, that's a narrow amp modeler. It's cool. It's free, and you can capture your amplifiers. Yeah, that was the question. Am I using my real amplifiers? To a degree, I guess. Yeah, but not really, no, because I captured all of my favorite settings. I went completely insane, and I captured everything I would ever need. And yeah, I'm just using NUM captures or Tonex captures, as I mentioned before, because you can implement them in the Amplitube. So this is a capture of my Vang amplifier, which is like some cheap Chinese copy of Bogner / Soldano that I was very happy to modify. And that sounds... yeah, that sounds nice as well. But yeah, I don't know. What else is there? Were there any other questions? Let me check real quick. Where's my chat? I keep losing my chat. There it is. When is the workshop, and would I have to sign up somewhere to attend it? I had no idea it was going on. It's not a public thing. It's only for the students of the University of Art in Belgrade. But I'll probably do like a open studio session with Yeki at some point soon. We'll see how the tomorrow thing goes, and then based on that we'll decide. The fast amps in the XFX are super underrated. Yeah, the fractal audio system like their in-house, whatever those are really cool. I just found them a bit too aggressive in some instances, like super bright. Maybe I didn't give them enough of a, I didn't try them enough probably. But yeah. Do you prefer Tonex and NAM more than narrow DSP captures? They're all fine for me. They're all fine. I really don't have an opinion like which one is the best. They all do an amazing job. And I don't know, like just like we are at the point where you don't need 1,500 euro device, or be it Kemper or the neural DSP thing. You have Tonics is super affordable as well, and NAM is free, so suit yourself with a bunch of guitar tones, I guess. Will there be discounts for little cube packs? Yes. I was planning on doing a discount soon. Also, I want to do like a spring tone. We are already a few weeks into the spring, and I just didn't have the time to set up my cabinet, and I wanted to do like a greenback based impulse response library, because I have a really cool greenback speaker up there, and maybe like mix it with like a creamback, the medium magnet one, medium 65. I kind of want to mess around with that, so like just like a greenback makes sense for the spring tone or whatever I'm gonna call it. I don't know, the spring IR library. And I also got a hold of some spring reverbs, and I want to see if I can capture those with the impulse response. Probably I'm not sure if I can capture I'm gonna have to check if I can actually capture like spring reverb as an impulse response. Would be cool. Even if it sounds different, it would be cool to capture it, just to see what the hell. But yeah, you have your Tonics NAM captures available for download purchase. No, not yet. Maybe in the future. I just don't have the time to think about that at the moment. So yeah, maybe. And by the way, the anesthesia on this part of my face is finally going away. I can feel the tingling. It was horrible. At least the toothache is done. That's good. Do you use Rolly Studio or anything from their library? I actually use the OG Equator a bunch, but since their VST doesn't work, which blows my mind. That companies in general, why do companies have to suck? Like, don't suck, just don't be sucky. Their standalone works fine on the M3 Mac, but you can't load the thing into the project because the VST somehow doesn't exist, doesn't cooperate with it. It cooperates if you run Cubase or whatever in Rosetta, it would work, but it doesn't work on like the Mac natively. So what I've been doing, I will just open up I will do this. I'm gonna demonstrate right away, and we can maybe end with that because that's gonna be fun. Equator. Yes. So I will open Equator. Where the hell is it? There it is. Okay. And let's do strings. Let's do solo strings. Okay. So this is running in standalone now. This is not running in Cubase. Then I would create a audio track. And the inputs would be, I think, 5 and 6. Equator. Add. There we go. So, what's happening? I'm running Equator. Where is it? Audio settings. It's going out of my outputs 3 and 4, and it's feeding into the microcosm, and the microcosm is going to the night sky, and then it's going back. And that's what I've been doing with the Equator, because I would just like find the sound I like and I would commit. So for example, okay, so this is the string, sol string or whatever the hell. And this sounds weird as hell. So let's try and find something more suitable. Okay, so this is probably a bit quiet, but let's turn it up. So this is just the night sky, and let's make a longer tail. So night sky has that little trick we did earlier, where I would, where you can send the reverb into like a overdrive thing. For example, and then if I add some. Stuff like that, and I would just commit. I would record the audio inside of the project, and that would be it. So yeah, don't have the access to Equator inside of the Cubase anymore, but you know, this way it's just like a really interesting like hybrid way of doing things, where I would go from the digital thing to, these are also digital things, but like to outside of the computer, and then back in just recording straight up audio. And I did a bunch of soundtrack stuff lately that way. Just committing to a certain sound is really it's really something. I love it. David, will you have a producer pack for Who Beat the Moon? Yes, and honestly, I thought I wouldn't get too distracted with you know, talking about other stuff today, so I'm gonna have to sort out the rest of the plugin list on my own, as well as my contact libraries. I have so many contact libraries that I'm really not using at the moment, so I'm probably just gonna have to put them on a different hard drive or something. Since you mentioned Who Beat the Moon, I remember I used the original GGD. I don't think I used the symbols from it, but I used the snare kick and the toms from it. And I need to see if I printed out the audios from the GGD, because I'm not using that anymore, and I really don't intend to use it anymore. So might as well just like move it to an external hard drive somewhere. I saw the new GGD came out. I didn't have a chance to check. And to be honest, I don't really have a need for another drum library. I have enough drum libraries, and I'm more focused on recording live drums from now on. So yeah, probably not the audience for that kind of stuff anymore. And like I have a bunch of like superior stuff which covers all possible grounds. Like those are enough, absolutely enough. So yeah, Who Beat the Moon. I need to check if I printed down the drum tracks for that, and as soon as I do that, I'll probably get on to do like a producer pack for that record as well. Digital into analog, into another digital thing, into analog again, and into the same digital thing in the beginning, in the beginning. A poser, yeah, I guess. Well, Rolly needs to figure that their shit out and just like includes a Apple support, I guess. Until then, I'm gonna be a poser, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, props to them. Becoming a not reliant on the contact at all. That's a huge step. That's pretty cool. And I saw they have like a really cool mixer in there as well. It's cool. I think they're a alternative for the Superior, definitely. And I think Superior is gonna have to step up as well, especially the heavy metal stuff, but yeah, I think that's been 2 hours since the start of the live stream. A bit less, but still, until I say goodbye and all that kind of stuff, and until I figure out how to stop the stream, it's gonna be another minute or two. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any very important questions, because I have another 5 minutes and then we can wrap it up. I probably missed on a bunch of questions because, as I said, I'm not well versed in reading the chat and doing stuff at the same time. It's gonna happen, I promise. I'll get better. Have you ever routed the snare room to a separate output? Snare room to a separate output, as in like a different bus, not going to a drum bus. Is that what you're thinking? A piece sound library, yes. I'll just capture how many keys on a piano? What, 80 something? 88 keys? Just 88 pieces. And then in 89 days you'll have the library. I promise. Oh, actually, I did make a very quick, like, it took me probably an hour or something like that, a very quick contact library of my guitar tone. It's not a guitar tone, it's actually bass. It's just bass. I'm using bass as a guitar on the soundtrack that I'm working on right now. And I made like a stupid little library. I called it Chuma Bass. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Let's see if it works. There it is. But yeah, I made it for my colleagues so they can stop bothering me to record every little section for the soundtrack. So they're just using that for now, and then I'll probably record over that, or just like remove that and then record their ideas when the time is right. But yeah, it's fun. Doesn't sound natural at all, but that wasn't really the point. It was just like for the writing purposes, I think it's enough. Yeah, I guess that's it. The drum programming. Yeah, we can do a live stream on drum programming. Just like nerd out about all the drum programming stuff. I think that would be really fun. Just try out some different drum libraries, do some like super quick and dirty drum mixes and program stuff. I think we can do that in the next few years when I decide to do my next live stream. Which guitar do you use recently the most? Right now, this one. And for one simple reason, because it's hollow on the inside, and it just sounds beautiful in the room. I don't have to plug it in whatsoever, so just gives me a nice, just feeds me back, you know. But yeah, guitar. It's a guitar. It sounds nice in the room. I don't have to plug it in, and that's why I play it all the time, just because I didn't have to plug it in. Like I always grab that guitar. But yeah, it's good. I love it. It's a Kiesel, obviously. I'm with Kiesel right now. What else is there? The producer pack on Eco, yes, definitely. Ego and Eco, they're probably gonna come as a one package because they pretty much sound almost the same. Like Ego is a little bit more bass heavy, I think, but other than that, they sound very similar, and obviously different production decisions because Eco has a bunch of like guest vocalists on it, so yeah, it'll be interesting to dive into those records, see what the hell I did there. Yeah, okay, drum programming stream is next one probably. If you had to pick one of your little cubes IR packs, which one would you recommend? So the Owl is very diverse. It's a bit more low end heavier, and it's not like it's a bit darker. I don't know what it was with me at the time when I was making it, but I just, you know, I guess I enjoyed like a much darker tone. Little Cubes 1 is pretty much like how, like, it just goes through all my records. Like, I captured all of the tones from my previous records, and the newest one, the Winter Tone, is the brightest one, but it's also like super friendly for like heavy metal stuff. It's like it's cutting through the mix really nicely. It fights with all the other frequencies very nicely. It just cuts through. Just put it on and it's pretty much, you're good for the heavy stuff. But yeah, I don't know. They're all different. As I mentioned before, I'm gonna do like a spring tone or whatever. Library is just gonna be something entirely different. So I don't know. I really have to do a better job of presenting the libraries. Maybe I should do like a video or a dedicated live stream for just comparing my impulse responses and see like which one works where, so people can decide, because I get those kind of messages all the time, like which one would you choose? I don't know. I would, like, for this song for example, I would always go for a Winter Tone because it kind of requires you to have like a bit brighter tone that just cuts through. If you just play bass and rhythm guitars and drums. Again, this mix is just whatever the hell, but yeah, this just works much better. It's nice, yeah. Even though it's like 16 ohm speakers, it works out very, very nicely. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to sell my own shit. I'm sorry. They're all doing something nice. Please add more L size shirts. Yeah, I think we are out of all the L t-shirts, and between us we're probably gonna do like a discount because we don't have many shirts left. I think we have maybe 50, 60 t-shirts left, so might as well just like get rid of that pile and start working on something else. Some new t-shirts or maybe some books. But yeah, we're out of L's, I think, for the most designs. When are the new producer packs coming out? As soon as I get more time to work on them. I do actually have a week off this week, and I'll see when I wake up on Tuesday if I'm gonna feel like working on something or just like chilling for a bit, because it's been a very, very busy period for me over the past few months. So yeah, maybe I wake up on Tuesday and decide I'm working. So maybe I'll do another producer pack, or maybe I'll do the more impulse responses, or maybe I'll just write some music. I have no idea. I'm sorry. But yeah, hopefully soon. It's not on the top of my priority list to do producer packs and impulse responses right now, but if I find the time and I find it fun, I'll definitely jump onto another pack or something. Do you have any DI box or straight? I just go straight into interface, and I do have some grounding issues with, but not too horrible. Like with active electronics on my bass guitar, I do sometimes. I don't know for what reason, but like when I go back here, it's fine. As soon as I move closer to the monitor or the keyboard, it starts to introduce a little bit of a hiss. But I really don't have an issue just going back a little bit and recording bass. If I decide to completely get rid of that, I'll definitely do it. But you know, for now it's not been that troublesome to me. So yeah, it's fine. It's not too bad. And yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's see, just like what have we done with the plugin alliance? I have to go through that again. There's so much of the plugin alliance stuff. I'll go through that in my own time. Slate Digital stuff, I'll probably keep most of it, if not all of it. Just running through all this super quickly. SSL stuff, all really cool. They're like included now in the Slate Digital thing, complete bundle, whatever the hell. And I find these pretty cool. Not using all of them, but I kind of like them. And obviously all the baked in Cubase stuff is really cool. There it is, neural amp modeler. Okay. Trigger. I don't know. STL tone hub. Flatline. Audio sender. I have no idea what this is. And then there's a few universal audio stuff. Valhalla stuff is really cool. Probably gonna keep it. That's pretty much it. I just need to go through Plugin Alliance, and I'm gonna sit through that thing in the next few days and just, oh my god, there's so much Plugin Alliance. Okay. But yeah, apart from Plugin Alliance, most of this stuff I'm gonna go through really quickly. But you saw, I mean, we didn't test many plugins. I think what was useful was that driver plugin so you know how to use it to create some really cool soundscapes. Apart from that, yeah, Portal, a really cool one. Yeah, we tried a couple of interesting ones. EA Reverb, if you're recording like close mic'd strings, string sections, really, really useful one, really cool one. But yeah, I think we're good. I think I'm gonna do the rest of them on my own. And yeah, Louis, thanks for sharing the Discord link. You can join Discord. I appear there sometimes. Sometimes I appear. Yeah. I'm gonna try. I always say I'm gonna and I'm never gonna, but yeah, if I find more use out of Discord, I'll definitely start using it more. I really wanna organize some casual, maybe gaming when I have some free time, which is not that often, unfortunately, but god damn it, I wanna do more Discord stuff. It was really fun a few years ago. But yeah, that's it. I guess I'm just saying shit right now. That was the live stream. I hope it went fine. I don't know. It was the first one. Hopefully I get to do this more often. We get to cover some more interesting topics. Plugins are a very niche topic. I don't know what you guys are doing with your lives. But yeah, it's okay. That was the live stream, guys. I'm gonna have a second just to figure out how to stop this thing. And I'm gonna say bye. Okay, there's the button. Okay, easy. See you soon, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Talk soon. Bye.